All right, now let's get started. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about how to generate traffic with your content. A lot of times, when folks get started online, they feel like they're basically talking to themselves. But it's just like with any other business. You have to get visible and you have to get traffic coming towards your business, because if you don't have traffic, you don't have business. Or rather, if you don't have customers, you don't have a business. The core construct of every business is we must have customers, or you are doing your business for naught, or essentially you are going into bankruptcy very quickly when you don't have them. So what we want to do today is we want to talk about getting that traffic going so that you can start getting momentum, so that you can have movement in your business. Is that fair?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
So let me just give you all a brief overview of who I am.
Are you recording, Tracy?
I'm recording. The record button is on, and thank you so much. Effective 3 years ago, August 6th, 2013, I got started online. I was a counselor for 20 years. I absolutely love people, but I did not want to do the type of modality of working with people that I was doing. The last 10 years of my career, I was an addictions counselor. Absolutely loved working in addictions, but started to not like the way they were having me to do counseling. I am about really working with the person. And at the last part of the career, it was like, do 15-minute sessions. I was like, I don't do 15-minute sessions when we're talking about a person's life. And then the paperwork was just out of control. And then the clients, they started giving you more and more and more and more and more and more. And I was like, my plate is only but so big. Once it's full, now it's running over. What do you expect me to do? But that was just the nature of the beast. So I decided I was, all the way done up to my eyeballs with corporate America, and I wanted to do something different. And so I found online marketing. On 8/6/16, I found instant rewards, and it was on Craigslist. So if you want to talk about being leery, I was leery, and I was like, I don't know. Called the person, left a message. They called me back and, shared this opportunity with me. And I was like, I'm just going to give it a try. So by 8/19, I made my first $40, and I was feeling like this is exciting. But a few things that I always speak about with everyone is a house cannot stand without a strong foundation, nor can your online business. You have to learn your craft. Skills pays the bills, and transform from an amateur to a professional. I tell folks, when you're doing amateur marketing, you really will feel it. You will feel oftentimes overwhelmed, and you will feel burnt out, and you will feel like, I got to be an octopus in so many different things. So I want to help folks with those very same issues that I had in the beginning to tailor that down so that you learn your skills. I essentially was born to encourage, uplift, inspire, empower, and equip. That is what I do with my eyes closed, and it's my pleasure. So now that you got a little bit about me, let's go on. Traffic is the lifeblood of your business. Bottom line, if you don't have eyes on your business or people purchasing your products or your services or whatever it is that you're offering, you don't have a business, okay? Now, let me ask this question of everybody. If you're not able to speak out, if you want to, put it in the chat, that's fine. How long do you think you should commit to a traffic strategy? Y'all can blurt it out.
Say it again.
How long do you think you should commit to a traffic strategy?
To see if it works.
No, to help it to work.
To help it to work.
How long should you commit to doing something?
I know the answer, Tracy, but my first thought was until you see results.
Okay, first thought till you see results. Olivia, what do you feel?
I was going to say the same thing. You
Okay.
use it as long as it works.
Okay. Simona? Paris?
Consistently, I think.
Okay, consistently. I want y'all to give me a number. Give me a time frame.
90 days.
Okay, 90 days. Somebody else.
I would say 90 days too.
Okay, 90 days. I would say 1 year. I would say 90 days to start seeing results. 1 year consistently producing something. Now, that does not mean if you're doing something and you're like, something ain't quite working out, that you don't keep. One of the things that folks continue to do a lot of times is they keep doing the same thing, 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 and they're getting absolutely no result from it, and they tweak nothing. But what you have to do is you have to really understand. Most of you all were really good with 90 days. Think in terms of 90 days of committing before you start seeing true results. And think of 1 full year of really mastering something so that you could teach it to another person and produce results for them. So what normally happens is within about 90 days, a person is sporadically doing something. They're jumping around, doing this, doing that, doing the other, and they never quite execute that process fully. And so what I tell people is you want to become a master at one traffic strategy and expand from there. Even in 6 months, you can expand to doing something else. But at least, I would say, 90 straight days consistently doing it before you would add anything else to it, but really 1 full year. I wouldn't probably do any more than about 2 to 3 traffic strategies maximum in a year that you are learning your craft. Because when you start adding a whole bunch of stuff, piling on, what really happens, you all? When you pile on?
To me, it's just a state of confusion.
100%. You get into a state of confusion, and then this is what people do. When you lose focus, individuals start doing nothing. When I started online marketing, you all, the only thing I knew how to do was Craigslist. But for 1 full year, every day, in and out, there was a little bit of missing here and there. But in generally, for that 1 year, every morning I got up, I posted my ads, I answered my calls, I dealt with the consumers, and I got paid on a daily basis. When I didn't do that, I did not get paid. As I advanced in my learning skills, when I would do something new, sometimes it would be a little confusing, and then you might drop off from the old thing. What I tell folks is you don't leave the old thing. You continue to do that, and you expand while you're learning. But you have to consistently do whatever it is that you're doing on a daily basis, or you will not win. It's like this, and I tell folks this all the time. If you're a parent, you don't parent your child 1 day a week and then say, I've done my job. Your child will be a lunatic. You parent your child every day. Whenever you see things that are needed or guidance, you give guidance on a daily basis. Anything that you invest in will flourish. Anything that you kind of do like willy-nilly, it'll respond in a willy-nilly way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And that, I want you all to be real clear on this one thing, because this, to me, is the biggest issue that folks have. People are looking for, like, microwave success. They get frustrated, and they turn backwards. I can only tell you all, in these 3 years, it's been so many changes I've made in my own life and adjustments that if I was not going to really dig in, I wouldn't have gotten far enough now. Okay? Whoever is mute. I'll put everybody on mute. Star 6. Okay? Now, let's go to the next thing. What do you all think is content?
Emails.
Emails. Anybody else? Either write in the chat or say it out loud. Come on, I do interactive training. Talk to me. I think you're talking, but you're broken up. Type it in the thing if you can. In the chat. Anybody else? Anybody else do marketing now? What is some of your content that you put out there to get traction?
Posting on Facebook.
Posting on Facebook. So social media posts, emails, anything else.
A big thing would be videos, but I'm not comfortable with them yet. But I know that that's a big thing in the market now.
Okay. Well, you in good company. A lot of people are not comfortable, but get comfortable with it. It doesn't matter. Stretch yourself. Something every day that scares you. Anybody else? Okay. So we got emails, videos, blog posts, Facebook posts. I'll just say social media posts, podcasts, classified ad posts. Any of this can be considered content. And what you want to do is you want to learn how to take your content and disperse it over multiple media. It only has to be one piece of content. Recirculate. Okay? Let me do this. I'm going to mute everybody. We're going to get into minutes back. Oh, you know what? That's me. All right. So what happens is when you take your piece of content and you are putting it all over the place, I'm just hitting slides and that's not what I'm doing. Here we go. When you take your piece of content, you can put it in multiple places and it can generate for you. What some people try to do is you try to juggle like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Twitter. That's too much. You overextending yourself. I tell folks, master one platform, add a second. You probably don't need to do any more than 3 if you're doing them, but master one platform. Most of you all have seen me on Facebook, because Facebook is the place by which I do most of the posting. So I utilize Facebook the most, and I may extend over to Twitter and Instagram. Really haven't used Instagram as much, have an account, but really don't have any posts on it whatsoever. So I really do focus on Facebook because that's where I find most of my clientele, most of the things that I do there. So for your marketing as well, you need to find what medium are your clients on, and that's where you would want to, or your customers, and that's where you would want to do your work, okay? So let me explain to you why you want to do certain things and why it's important to have exposure in so many places. These statistics I definitely repeat almost every time I do training with anybody, and I want you all to catch you onto something. 48% of salespeople, and just in case anybody's not clear what they are, you are a salesperson. You are selling a product, you are selling yourself, or you are selling a service. At all points in time in this lifetime, you are selling yourself. When you go to your interviews for any type of job you have taken, you are selling yourself. And it's nothing wrong with being a salesperson. Salespersons are one of the top paid professions in this country, in the world, really. And you just want to do it with professional, stellar reputation. I tell people we're not going out to be snake oil salesmen so that when the person gets the stuff back at home, it don't work, it don't operate, it doesn't do anything. And so what I explain to anyone, even in your online endeavor, if your product or service that you're marketing isn't good quality, don't market it. Find something else. Because you do not want to mar your reputation out here by just giving out any old kind of anything to anybody. The only thing you truly have out here is your name, and you want to make sure that your name stands for something when you're out here in this industry. Does that make sense, everyone?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. And you can, if you can't speak out, you can put it in the chat. But I want y'all to know, if you don't get anything from me, make sure that you keep your name clean out here in this industry. Okay? 48% of salespeople never follow up. So that means they make their one little pitch or say whatever they're going to say out there in the world, and if the person doesn't say yes that day, they never follow up with the person. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. So they'll make their pitch, go back to the person a second time. 12% will go to a person 3 times. And only 10% will make more than 3 contacts. Now, let's go to the flip side and look at how your customers and consumers buy. Only 2% of people purchase on the first contact. So let's say I'm that salesperson that I only talk to people 1 time. Well, I just lost 98% of my business because only 2% of people pull the trigger on the first contact, 3% on the second, 5% on the third, 10% on the fourth. A whopping 80% need 5 to 12 contacts. I ask this question all the time. If you contacted someone 12 times, would you kind of consider yourself a nuisance? Come on, y'all can tell the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think you were the biggest nuisance in the world. So see how you have to have that mind shift when it comes to your business, because you're thinking you're being a numbskull and you just bothering folks, but actually you're losing money because you haven't followed up enough. People go through change windows. And it's like every 90 days, folks go through like a change window. And so you can follow up with a person and it not be so, oppressive. So you ready to get in my business today? You ready to get in my business today? That's not how you follow up with people. Hey, Susan, just following up with you. Hadn't talked to you in a while. How you doing? Is everything going okay? Usually what's going to happen is Susan remembers me and you have talked about business before, and they will bring it up themselves. You know what? I haven't forgotten you. Not a problem. I'm glad you haven't forgotten me. Are you in a position where you're ready to get ready now, or you need more time? Or let me tell you a few things that have changed since I last talked with you, or here's some deals that's going on. Or when I follow up with someone, I might even say, hey, Susan, I knew you weren't ready to get started about 90 days ago, but I just wanted you to let you know you were still on my mind, and there's some super things going on right now. If you're in a for 5 minutes, let me know. It's not slaughter and destroy. You understand what I'm saying? It's not an all-out sneak attack. But you want to follow up with people. You want people to know that you're still thinking about them, because I'm going to tell you, many people have gotten in my business because of follow-up. And they will get in your business because of follow-up. But if you do like 48% of salespeople, you will lose 98% of your business. You will constantly have to be talking to new people, and you're going to feel like you are running on a wheel like a hamster. Anybody ever felt like that? Yes, that's real. So let's go over here. I'm going to take you all on a presentation, and I'm going to take a piece of content. Since we have said that video is one of the strongest pieces of content, I'm going to use video as an example. But before I even use video as an example, can anybody tell me why is video such a strong piece of content that everybody on this line, whether you're doing it or not, should start doing it immediately? Hint.
I know what have got me is I think I have a better connection with the person when I'm able to see them. And you just get a feel of what you think they're like when you is able to see them like that.
Okay. Anybody else? That was a great answer. Thanks, Kim. Anybody else got any thoughts about why video is so powerful?
Very personable. I think people, they know you're a real person and they want to engage with you.
Awesome.
If you're teaching something, people can watch it at their leisure. They can go back to it. They can rewind it. It's convenient for them to watch it and learn from it in their own time.
Every single thing that each one of you all said is true, and true. And I'm going to give you all 2 more pieces. People only do business with people that they like, know, or trust. They're not giving you their credit card information or doing whatever they do or going onto your site and just popping in their stuff and giving you their money if they don't like, know, or trust you. Video creates a strong like, know, and trust factor. In fact, most of the time after someone has watched a video with me, they call me and they almost are bubbling over like they know me. You know, they feel like they know me because, you know, energy is transferable. They're looking at my face, they're looking at my posture, they're looking at everything. They're looking at my verbal and my nonverbal cues, right? This is the other piece of information why video is so powerful. Video is a 24-hour workman. One of the things that you're going to learn as you're doing business is you have to learn how to generate money while you sleep. Well, video does it. If I make a video and I give people information where to go and connect to whatever it is that I want them to connect to, they can go to that video anytime. Prime example, not this Monday, but the Monday before. I had a young woman saw a video of mine on Google+. When she saw my video on Google+, she gave me a message. So she did that in August of 2016. I made that video in March 2015. So that video was a year and 5 months old. She was able to go onto my video and find out information about a product or service that I was doing and then get connected to me. So how do you find your target audience? Kim asked me a question. The way I find my target audience, Kim, is I create something that's called a lead magnet. And that lead magnet will draw them in. It'll be either some aspect of marketing or what they want to do. Like, for example, I have a lead magnet right now that I'm creating that's called, are you positioning yourself to make hobby money or career money? Then it will have like 10 questions. If it's a person who wants to make career money, I'll tell them what they need to do. And they'll come to me by way of answering questions or getting content that I've sent to them. So I attract them by basically listening to questions in groups that I'm in oftentimes, or going online and doing a little bit of research to find out certain things. But I have an idea in my mind what it is that I'm marketing, and then I go and see if what I'm getting ready to market, is it worthwhile, or is it people out there already looking for it? And this is one of the bigger things to think on. If somebody else is already doing it and it's gaining attraction, that's probably a good thing to be able to do. A lot of times you'll hear people say, well, I don't want to do something, I want to do something obscure that nobody else is doing. No, you don't. You want to do where the traffic and the feet are moving. So those are a few things that I do, Cam. Now, let's go on here. Let's say any business USA, because this is not specific to a particular business. It could be any business, okay? And that's what I like about the things that I do. My goal is to teach you techniques where it does not matter about the system or the program or the organization or the company. It could be MLM. It could be online marketing. It could be just a one-time, one-and-done type thing, anything. The content that we are going to speak about is we're going to speak about video. And I'm going to say that you would be doing one video a day. You can take one day of the week off of business. In the beginning, you are going to seemingly seem like you're putting in more work than you do. But then there becomes that tipping point where things start firing off. But you have to be consistent. You can't kind of waffle. And even if you're a person that only has a few hours a week, you need to consistently maximize those few hours a week doing activity that counts. And those activities that count are called income-producing activities. Activities that are either drawing a customer to you, exposing you to a customer, or having you connect and talk to a customer in some sort of way. Those are the activities that count, okay? Now, I have everyone on mute, so if you have a question, put it in the chat, and I will see it, and I will answer it. So, first place I'm going to take my video is, I'm going to take my video to my Facebook profile. In Facebook, you have multiple places where you could post your video. My raw footage of a video I would use first. The raw footage is the video wherever I actually recorded it, whether it be on my phone or my video camera or whatever, I would upload it to my computer or whatever device I'm uploading it from, right onto my Facebook profile, okay? Then I would upload my video onto my fan page. Fan page, a lot of times folks will call that your business page. It's your fan page. It's the place where they can like your page to become engaged with it, okay? Or you have posting groups. You have many groups where people just basically post their links about an opportunity and, you know, come join us. Some of you all may have even seen me in a posting group because I posted my video, The Business Blues, the other day. So, you know, those kinds of things draw people to me, once again. Or a networking group. My group, Internet Marketing Gladiators Supercharged, that's a networking group. I do allow you all on Thursdays to post your business. I only have one requirement because business is all about relationship. Anytime you post a link about your business, I want you to also give us some information about your story, about your process, about your journey, something about you so that we can relate to you. Because when people can relate to you, you will bring more business to you. It's all about relationship. Everything you do in marketing is about getting someone to like, know, and trust you. You know, Nike has their own brand name, but they built like, know, and trust with people. Everything they do is still about like, know, and trust. Kellogg's, General Mills, Ford, all of it's about like, know, and trust. And when they do something that messes up, they get hit pretty bad in the media. You know, you don't have that kind of exposure yet, but you want to still be building that like, know, and trust. All right? You might have a personal group of your own. Internet Marketing Gladiators is my personal group. It's a place where I filter anything and everything into, because that group is where I generally connect with people and have them connect with me and do things, interact. I tell folks, you can post inspirations, you can post tips, you can ask questions. We are there to learn, grow, network, and do business. I want people to be able to connect with other people who might be interested in what it is that you do. That's why I let you all post your businesses on Thursdays. I think it is so crazy when you're in a group and a person is like, no, you can't post anything about business here. And I'm like, but you can talk about business all day long. So, yes, I want you to be able to showcase your business. We just have to have a way that folks do it in an orderly fashion, so it's not all just about links. I don't know if anybody here has ever used an auto poster. Do you all even know what an auto poster is? If anybody has it in chat. What it is I do not post manually in Facebook. I go through and I use something that's either like Buffer, or I use Hootsuite, or I use Toolstar, or I use Mass Planner. I have used all four of these different platforms. Hootsuite and Buffer will only allow me to post in groups that I'm the admin or have some sort of authorization in. Toolstar and Mass Planner allow me to post in all types of posting groups, but they have to be public groups, because once Facebook changed their API rule, you couldn't post in groups that were closed. So if I'm doing some posting and I want to get my message out in some posting groups, I load it up in my Toolstar and I let it post itself. I set it up to say, you know, make intervals of every 10 minutes between the posts, and then I go on my way. That was the best thing that I ever found, because when I first started posting on social media, it was, to me, the most brain-numbing activity for me to go to each group, copy-paste post, copy-paste post. I was like, I know I'm not going to be consistent with this. And the number one game changer in your business is consistency. I was just talking to Paris today, and Paris has been around me probably for about a good 2 years. And she has been doing some posting recently. She was like, I'm getting a lot of good response. Well, I've been noting that Paris has been posting every day, and she was like, you know what? It is about consistency. It really is. I will say this. You could be the most talented person ever, but if you're inconsistent, your business is going nowhere. So I will tell everyone, if you can just get consistent, you will start seeing some change in your business. All right? Now let's go over here to YouTube. I'm going to take that raw footage and I'm going to load the video up in YouTube. When I load it up in YouTube, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have what's called keywords. The keyword might be how to make money on Facebook, okay? If that's the keyword that I am using, I'm going to also save the raw footage as how to make money on Facebook. I'm also going to make the title of the video how to make money on Facebook. And then in the description, inside of my YouTube description, I'm going to have that in there 3 or 4 times. You have to have at least a 300 to 500 word description, because a lot of times your YouTube videos will show up or index in Google if someone goes to search for that term. SEO just stands for search engine optimization. So what I'm going to do is load up my raw footage with the keyword in it. I'm going to have the keyword as I'm saying in that file of the footage. I'm going to put the keyword in the title. I'm going to put the keyword in the description 3 to 5 times, exactly as it is. The words in the description need to be 300 to 500 words. I'm going to add my tags. Tags will be stuff like how to make money on Facebook, how to make $100 per day online, how to make money consistently. It might be who is Marketing Queen. It's things that when people would go in a search engine like Google or Bing, if they put in how to make money on Facebook, my stuff will start to populate based on me doing some search engine optimization. Does that make sense? In the chat, y'all tell me yes, 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 so that I know I'm not losing you. In that chat, make sure I see yes, yes, yes. That's everybody. I see it from one person, Kim. Okay, I got it from Donald. All right, cool. Then also, you do what's called a backlink. In my description, I'll always lead people for how to contact me. And so I will put my Facebook link. And what a backlink is you're just kind of connecting something to another reputable, larger site, which just gives it some more credibility, okay? I'm going to try to keep this stuff really simple because I could do a whole nother training on those kinds of things. Then what I'm going to do with this video also, I'm going to, maybe I have a blog post on my website or anywhere. Like I could have a Blogger. Google has its own website where you could make your own, blog posts. They have Blogger. You could set it up and fix it up, and it's free. You also want to make sure when you're doing content of any kind, you want to make sure that people know how to connect to you. You either want them to be able to connect to you through your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter. You either want them to have an email or you want them to have a phone number to get you. A lot of times people can't contact you because they see your stuff and they like, I don't know if this is real. So I want to talk to the person, but then they don't know how to talk to you. That's the only reason why social media often is one of the greatest spaces to be, because you can build like, know, and trust so easily. Make sure you all have your profiles fully completed, your cover photo, your about section, and make sure the content that you're putting on your page is not crazy content. When I go to someone's page, anybody who's ever friend requested me, if you have not gotten a confirmation from me yet, you will get a message from me introducing myself and asking you to introduce yourself. I go on a person's page. If their page is crazy, I delete the request immediately. So don't have a bunch of foolishness on your page if you're marketing. And what I tell marketers in general is, if you're marketing, you can have your own personal page that you just have for your friends and family, and then make another profile page that's strictly for business. Now, I have 2. All of mine are just for business. Friends and family, the same way they post whatever they want to post, I post what I want to post. So I post about business and other little fun stuff. They can post about their stuff. You want to also, make your post engaging, where you're asking questions, where you might do controversy, where you share a little bit about your, highlights. I tell people highlights, not personal deep information about your whole, every intricate detail of your life. That's not what social media is about. But a blog post right there, and then IBO Toolbox. A lot of these things right now that I'm sharing with you all right now, all 4 of these are all pretty much free. there are components of everything in here that you could do. You could do ads in YouTube that are paid. You could also do ads in Facebook that are paid. But most of the stuff that I'm talking about, you can just load up a video on YouTube for free. You can make posts on Facebook for free. So these are free opportunities, okay? IBO Toolbox is another platform where you can create like a social media profile, pardon me, but it also allows you, just as it's called, independent business owner, with the IBO stand for Toolbox. It's a venue where they actually want you to post about your business. They want you to share your business through press releases, through videos. They have IBO Tube. I can upload a YouTube video on my IBO Tube. They have IBO Social. It's a whole platform where 96% of their traffic are people who are looking for opportunities. So if anyone does not have an IBO Toolbox account and you're, pretty much right now you don't have a lot of cash, it is a great place where you can do press releases, which is just like a little article, and you can give it the tags, the little keywords, like I've said, how to make money online, how to make daily income, whatever it is that you're using where someone would search that on a search engine, and you keep doing a press release a day, it'll start generating traffic for you. You have IBO Tube, as I just explained. Then we're going to go here is what's a paid ad. Have any of you all ever heard of a solo ad? Anybody ever heard of that? Folks, can anybody tell me what a solo ad is? Okay. Anybody?
I think it's where individual people can promote your stuff for you.
Okay. A solo ad, this is how it works. A solo ad is where another marketer that has a larger list will allow you to take your link or your capture page or an email that you've created with your capture page in it or your link to your business, and they will put it in their email list rotation for that day or 30 days or how many ever days that they say, so that the customers that have subscribed to their list will get to see your product or service, and then they'll be on your list. So it's a way of you building your list and building your contacts in terms of your own customer list where you're branding and getting to know. Anybody here ever, and I know every last one of us have, anybody here ever been on Facebook or anywhere, and it'll be something that that catches your eye, and they'll say enter your email and your name, and then you enter your email and your name, and you get some information back from them. You might even get some follow-up emails. 95% of marketers do not have an email list, and that is why 90 to 95% of persons online don't make money. It is the biggest mistake that most marketers make. It is the biggest downfall when people are doing amateur versus professional marketing. I am not a shiny ball girl. Like, I don't care that this thing came out and that thing came out and this thing came out. One of the things that I started doing is I get on webinars of other marketers, but I started paying attention to what was the common denominator amongst those marketers. And what the common denominators were is that all of them had attracted me by some sort of capture page. I entered my name and my email address, and then they started sending me information. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't do that. I don't do that at all. I don't have repeat business. A lot of times people find me, but I don't have a systematic, automatic way where I can follow up with people, where I'm not running myself all the way around the mill, driving myself crazy, as well as having a base of customers that are connected strictly to me. Does that make sense, you all? That is the number one piece that most marketers miss. And so they're doing everything by either going in a chat box or they're phone calling everyone. And it's nothing wrong with either of those practices, but you also need a systematic, automatic way of following up. Because in the very beginning, I just said if you don't follow up with an individual at least 5 to 12 times, you've missed 80% of your business. Only 2% of people only require one interaction with you, and they're like, okay, I'm ready to go. Now, what I tell people is when you first start out, we usually don't have the income. When you're doing free traffic, you really need to understand you got to be 30 days really consistent every day with popping out information and content on free for it to start gaining some traction. It's called that momentum. Paid traffic gets you a little bit quicker result. It's like a turnaround. But if you don't have the money, you got to start where you're at. But I tell folks, when you get an opportunity, try to do one solo ad or one paid option a week. And what it really boils down to is you might need to have $25 a week initially when you start, because you're starting off small. It's not an exorbitant amount of money that you need to have. And as you can grow, because it does build your movement quicker. But you do not do paid advertising until you have at least some site that you're driving the traffic to, or some place where you're capturing information and following up with people with your email series. If you're not doing that, don't just start throwing your money out on the fire. And I tell people this because I want to protect you. A lot of times folks will have you buying traffic and you don't have the setup that you need for paid traffic. It's like wasting your money, okay? Because when it comes to paid traffic, you make the money on the back end, okay? And that's through having capture pages and autoresponder, which is like Aweber, GetResponse, SendLane. I use GetResponse. Those are the kind of things you need, all right? Here are the useful tools that I just talked about a lot. Auto posters. You have Toolster. You have Mass Planner. Facebook traffic tips. There's a marketer that I follow. His name is Ben Martin. Ben has been online for about 5 or 6 years. He partnered with his coach, and they ended up having a love affair, and they do great business together. In fact, this online marketing for those two, Ben came from the UK, Angie came from Ohio. They merged together and lived in the Bahamas for about 18 months. Off of online marketing income in their 30s. Now they're moving to Antigua for a year. This thing can bring you options. But what Ben has put together is he put together a 51-page PDF on free traffic generating tips that helped him to make 6 figures in his business for Facebook. That's a really good tool. Udemy is a solo ad vendor. I will do a training one day on solo ads and how it works and the different tips and techniques and all of that. When it comes to email marketing, if you know nothing about email marketing, Mailing for Money is from Ben Martin. Everything on here is under $10. Mailing for Money from Ben Martin. He does a really good product that teaches you how to get started on email marketing, as well as it's called the edutainment method. You can't bore people out of their money, so you need to know how to entertain folks and educate them, because we're in a day and age now of reality TV. People want to be entertained. They want to disconnect, but they want to learn, and they want to know how they can affect. Commission Black Ops, that is by Michael Chaney. Michael Chaney teaches you how to really target your market, find your golden spot for folks that you want to work with, as well as it helps you to make your blog post better, your Facebook post better, because you can make your own profile like an ATM machine. I'll do a training on that, as well as I will do a another challenge in the group. Everything that I'm sharing with you all of these links, when I get off of this line, I will print out a PDF of this, and I will put it in Internet Marketing Gladiators in the files. And then what I will also do is the recorded training will come by tomorrow. It'll be in there as well. IBO Toolbox, there's a link there for it as well. Let me go just 2 more minutes, about 5 more minutes, just to share a little bit with you. In the beginning, I told you a house cannot stand without a strong foundation, and nor can your online business. If it does not have a foundation, which I want you all to know, that email marketing piece, that capturing the information, the following up with individuals, as opposed to just posting links everywhere and never capturing information, that's the foundation of your business. Now, what I know for most people is that people are overwhelmed a lot of times when they're just getting started. So they're not necessarily sure what to do. And this is what happened for me. My business absolutely changed when I started connecting with individuals that knew more than me and that showed me the ropes. What ended up happening is in the beginning of this year, I created my own coaching course because I realized I did a lot of educating of myself, and it took me a little bit longer to get things done. I want you all to crystal clear now. It's nothing out here that you can't figure out. It's on YouTube and it's on Google on Google. But the question is, how much time do you have to piece it all together, get it together, package, really start understanding it, and then executing it so that it can make an impact in your life? Well, what I did is, there are some benefits to coaching. You can learn how to do true practices of marketing and stop wasting time. You can stop spending hours trapped at the computer for little to no results. I remember feeling like I was a prisoner at my computer, hour upon hour at the computer, begging it to produce money, but it was not producing it in a consistent way. I was a young woman who was able to make $600 a week, initially starting off within my first month of doing online marketing, but I was a tired person. Earn consistent income. Sometimes folks earn pockets of money, but I've never had pockets of bills. My bills come every month, so you need consistent money. Learning how to get repeat business to increase your income. Not just the one and done, but them coming back to you for more and more. And learn how to automate so you're not exhausted and burnt out. And getting more with less results. This is what my coaching and coaching in generally does when you get with someone that's reputable. So let me explain something to you all. And learning strategies to dominate in social media. Most people start in social media, and social media absolutely will help you to grow your business if you need a free venue or a paid venue. Now, let me tell you what coaching I offer. I have a mini course. It's a 6-week mini course. It's about mindset mastery. I don't care how many techniques you have. If your mindset is all off and all over the place, the business is going nowhere. It's about visibility strategies, that whole thing about being seen, free traffic strategies. I teach you about how to do that lead magnet where you're drawing in your ideal customer. We have an implementation week where that's like a week off where you can make sure you're getting everything together, getting it done. This training is not about just getting information. It's hands-on. You're actually doing the work. We create capture pages and learn about autoresponders so that you know how to do that email marketing piece. And then we do a done with you where we come together and we do an email series together. Then we also have the extended course, the 12-week course. All of the things that are in a 6-week course are offered, plus you get paid traffic strategies. You learn about all things video. You get another implementation week. We do a $100 per day income strategy. We build your tribe because this is all about relationship, getting people to really connect with you, and also teaching about Facebook Ads Manager. What I let folks know is that the 6-week mini course is $597. And the 12-week full course is $997. I know for some people, they're like, oh, my God, that's a lot of money. Actually, for what you're going to get, it's almost pittance. But what I do is I know when I started, I just didn't have it. So what I do, I tell folks, I create relaxed payment plans for people if folks really want the training. I know that this income that you invest, and I always talk about investment, you will make back hand over fist if you follow the things that you're taught and you do. I already told you I could make $600 in a week when I first got started. So I teach people practices and techniques of how to truly do marketing. I do a full payment. I do, if you need to break it down in 2, if you need to break it down in 3, and I even have a monthly payment program with individuals. I try to make things definitely work for people because I understand you got to learn your craft. You need to learn the skills. Lastly, pretty much, who is the type of person for this type of coursing? It's a person who wants to make $5K plus a month or more. It's a person who wants to be proficient at marketing. It's a person who is committed to changing. It's a person who wants to get results. It's a person who's willing to put in the work. You can't be sitting around. You got to really do the work. And I do require work from folks. It's not back-breaking, grueling work, but you got to do the stuff. It's an individual that wants to go to the next level. And ultimately, are you that person? So, this is how individuals can get connected to doing some coaching with me. The course is going to begin on Saturday, September the 17th. It will either start at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will only be 30 slots. Really, it's like 20 and 20. The 6-week course will merge right into the 12-week course. So if a person takes the 6-week mini course, their 6 weeks will go 6 weeks right along, and then those who are taking the 12-week course, it will continue on. So I will have essentially like 30 slots fully total. Those slots will go away. I have been training people for an entire year, and this is the things that individuals say. They did not have a clue that they were going to get as much as they were going to get. They thought it was going to be, I don't know what they thought it was going to be, but I was always taught early on in life, give people more bang for their buck so that when they walk away, they have been fully satisfied and more for what it is. And that's my firm belief, and has always been my belief in business and life, even when I was doing counseling. I wanted you to get more than what you thought you were going to come for, because it's nothing worse than paying your money and feeling shortchanged. Would you all agree? Okay? Now, the way that you can get connected to this course is I have an application process. There are some questions that each person answers. I do a 30-minute business strategy session with you. Whether you go and take the course or not, I will still do a 30-minute free business strategy with you. I will give you a strategy in your business. And at the end of that strategy session, if you feel like you would like to connect with me to do business or do either one of those coaching courses, the mini or the 12-week, I will be happy to share with you how to get that, or I also do some one-on-one coaching. I tell people there is never pressure. I share with you what it is I have to offer. You make a decision what's best for your life. If, in fact, none of it is good for your life, I tell people it's not a problem. But what I have learned is that when people want something, they figure out how to make it happen. And I leave it right there. I leave it the same way I did it. When I first got to doing coaching or needed some coaching, you all, I did not have the money. I didn't have it, but my coach had created some payment plans for me that I was like, okay, this works. So I tell people it's never a good, convenient time to get what it is that you need or to make your business move. You just figure out how to make it happen, and then it happens for you. But I tell you, like I say, and I meant that, my business completely changed when I started connecting with that young woman and other young men who knew more than me, and I could stop guessing. Like, for instance, I'll tell you all something real quick, and then we're finished. I remember when I first came on, and they was talking about a capture page, an opt-in page, a squeeze page, and a landing page. I was like, well, how many different pages you got to get? Every last one of those words, ladies and gentlemen, are the same thing. But when I kept hearing the jargon, I didn't know what they were talking about. So I was like, y'all are killing me. So we have come to a close. As I said, if, in fact, you want to get a free business strategy session, go here to transformwithtracie.info. You will be more than welcome. I will schedule a session with you. I will talk to you about your business, the pain that is in your business, the things you can do different, and then we will make a strategy for you. If you are not connected to me at the VIP training group on Mondays, Every Monday I do more training. Every Monday night at 9 o'clock. It will get more consistent now that the summer has stopped. And then you can go over to Internet Marketing Gladiators and join us right on Facebook. And essentially, I tell folks, I thank you for investing time with me, but now it's time for you to take action. Action is the only thing that will help you to succeed in your business. It is 12:20. We started at 11:20. Sorry for the difficulties. I only believe in keeping people for 1 hour. So it has been a plum-pleasing pleasure to be with each of you all. I do pray out at the end of every call. If, in fact, you all do not like prayer, you shall disconnect from me now. I just want to thank everyone who was able to come. When I get to the count of 5, I will start praying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Most holy and everlasting Father, I just come thanking you, Lord, for every good, kind, and perfect gift. I thank you for allowing me to be a vessel in the process of education for each person on this line. I thank you for allowing me to not be afraid to speak out, to tell the truth, to help, to share, to grow, to learn, to do whatever it is to help people to be better. But more importantly, Lord, I thank you for each person that was able to make it today and even those that were not. But what I thank you more for is the spirits of those that want to grow, the spirits of those that want to change, the spirit of those that want to do better, and the spirit of those that want to help people to come along in life, not step on the necks and backs of others, but to build people up, to take them to a next level, to show folks that there is hope, to show folks that there is options, to show folks that there is opportunity. But more than just about opportunity, if there should be anyone that is walking in darkness, let us be light for folks, because this life can get heavy and you need people to come by and uplift you and to encourage you and to pour into your spirit. Let us be persons that pour in and not people that just pull out. So God, we thank you for allowing us to have the spirit that is within you, and to also to let our minds to be regenerated and reformed on a daily basis and renewed. So, Lord, I just ask you that you give each person the confidence, the strength, and the power to know it's already inside of them. They don't have to look outside of them to do a thing. They just have to dig deeper within. Go on a treasure hunt and pull out the jewels that are already there. Each one of you all is capable, capable, capable. And these things I pray. Amen. Y'all have a great weekend. Bye-bye. You're very welcome, Kim. You're very welcome, Dawn.